Just talk and do a little bit of it quickly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello.
That's all good. Right.
Is it recording?
Yeah, just where the stop button is.
Which one's the stop button again?
Just under the record button, the top right red one.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Work it out.
Take that with me. Right, I'll get started with another person.
Top man.
It's all right when you, yeah, it's all right when
You got the key? When you're doing that, just bring your shoulders back a bit. Yeah, we'll just literally have a chat about your journey, mate. We'll literally just talk some shit. So, you ready?
Yep.
Welcome back to another episode of the Elite Body and Performance Podcast. And today we are with one of our members, George Gaskin, who has literally just finished off his photo shoot, hence him looking unbelievably tanned, like he's been in Mallorca for a couple of weeks. But we thought we'd have just a quick little chat just about George's journey because it's been super inspirational. But I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to let George take the reins. So, George, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No, pleasure, mate. So, firstly, how did you feel after today?
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, walking into the gym all tanned and oiled up in the end, like it is what it is. But yeah, the confidence obviously come out as obviously making it feel easy. Doesn't really feel like you're doing a so-called photo shoot, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's really good, really enjoyable. Step out my comfort zone.
Yeah, mate, that's it. It is a big step out of the comfort zone. It was the same for me when I done my first one, but it's like one of those things where you show the grandkids when you get older, when you look what your fucking granddad done. You know what I mean? But no, mate, that's brilliant. So I'm really curious to know, like, because you've always been super active, you've always been into sport, you know, although you've dropped a lot of body fat, you was never necessarily in awful shape, right? So what kind of got you to raise your hand and join the team in the first place?
Yeah, so obviously, like, you know, I've been playing football all my life, but I've never really concentrated on myself. I've just got through it. And you get to an age or a certain point where you think, I've got to change. If I want to keep doing and keep playing, and also being healthier for family, then you've got to make change. And you've got to make positive changes. And obviously, I've worked with a couple of people, but I wanted to work with someone that was relatable, gets the results. Obviously, the results are clear as day, but obviously, I wanted to know that I was going to work with someone that I would be able to learn and keep doing it moving forward, not just like you do. I've worked for a PT for a few months and then you go back to your old ways. That's something. Absolutely. That's why I wanted to invest in myself, to make sure that never happens.
Do you know what? You've touched on something massive there that I think the listeners can take away from. It's not about getting a result. It's about keeping a result. Because, like, you know, we've had so many people come to you, and I know you yourself have been in that boat where you've got an amazing result and almost just rebounded back to square one. And it's like, the crazy statistic is 9 out of every 10 diets rebound. It's like 85 to 95%. So the really interesting thing for me is, obviously, you've been on the program now for 8 months or 6 months. 6 months. Yeah. Absolutely fucking crushed your transformation here on photo shoot day, looking ridiculous. But then you've renewed for another 8, which is amazing because it highlights how much you're really pinpointing this is a lifelong thing for me. So what was it that made you go, right, do you know what, my journey isn't done? Like, I've got so much more potential in me.
I think the biggest thing for me is obviously, like I've spoke to you before, like learning off yourself, having an understanding. I've come a long way in 6 months. I've learned a lot, but I haven't learned as much as I want to learn because there's so much more to learn. Because people go to the gym for different reasons.
Absolutely.
Like mindset, clear their head, get a result, be healthy, want to know. I want to be going into the gym knowing, one, what I'm doing is right, but also that I have to have an end goal. Not an end goal, but a goal to achieve in a period of time. Yeah. And that goal's changing. You're always changing. You're always progressing. The minute that you haven't got a goal, you're going into the gym and just wasting your time, in my eyes. And obviously, time's precious. So if I'm going to put my time, which I could spend with others, into myself, then I've got to make it valuable.
100%. And it's like, you're a family man as well, right? You got children, you got work. Like, like you say, time is precious. And if you're kind of going to the gym and almost second guessing yourself, like, am I doing this? Is it? And then you're subconsciously not working as hard. It's like, that's an hour that I could be spending with my child.
Yeah.
Or that's an hour that I can be spending in my career. So you're right, time is valuable. And I guess almost getting every squeeze of the juice out the gym, knowing, right, I'm going in there, I'm going here, then I'm fucking off, and I know everything I'm doing is going to get me the result. Subconsciously, do you feel like you've worked so much harder knowing that it's the right plan for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everything's just been like, don't get me wrong, there's times where it's tough, that's simple, but the biggest thing for me is when I signed up with you was at the end of November, beginning of December, and a lot of people have gone, oh, I'll wait till January. Like, I never, even before, like,
incredible,
I've never had at the point where even when I went to the gym and went through the sort of motions of going, never went over Christmas. I always go before work, and it's the same faces there. And when I had the opportunity to go over Christmas a little bit more, I just thought, oh, I'll go back in January. But when I signed up with you, I knew that I had to get over that barrier myself. And I didn't miss a gym session over Christmas. I haven't missed a session for the 6 months.
Fucking
Like, I've
incredible,
smashed every single one, but that's because I know that I can't look at yourself and go, well, Reece gets the results, and then me go, well, I'm going to do 75% of it. Because if I do 75% of it, that 25% is what's going to matter.
100%. And it's not like you haven't enjoyed yourself either, right? You still been able to go out, have some nice food, you know, go on trips away and stuff. But it's being super disciplined and almost letting your new thing become second nature, right? Because it's not like you went, oh, I'm just going to drag myself. It's almost like you wake up and you put your shoes on, but you don't even think about it. It's like the same way you might make a morning coffee. It's just like, right, I'm putting my gym shoes on, and it's just become that second nature. I'm curious to know, what hesitations did you have before you started the program?
Telling my missus how much it cost. Nah, joking. Nah, just like, I'll be honest, that no real hesitations. It was just where I made so many excuses not to go to the gym before, put in my thought process of, right, if I sign up with Reece, I have to change. Can I change? And you always doubt yourself. You're like, I get up early anyway. Like today, up at 5 o'clock with no alarm. Do you know what I mean? But if you got to get up for the gym at 5 o'clock, but you can have an extra 45-minute snooze, it was one of them where I chose a snooze for no real reason. And for me, it was like, am I going to change? Am I going to change for that period of time? And in my head, I knew it was probably at the start, well, I've got to sign up with Reece because he's going to make me do it. And then it comes second nature. Like you say, over the last 6 months, I've done everything I needed to do in like social events. I've not missed anything like that. But the way I look at it is, I've had a lot more good days than a bad meal, if you want to call it a bad meal. Like, I've stuck to what you've said, and over 6 months, probably I've had like periods of time where I've said to you, look, Reece, I've got a meal at the weekend, or I'm going out with friends and that, and we just work it out over the week.
Absolutely.
And obviously the results still ended up with the result that we wanted. So
100% and beyond.
For me, that's the change that's been massive for me, is the fact that there isn't a real change to my lifestyle. There's positives in the thing, like, and sticking to it and having the good days rather than one good day is 6 bad days.
Oh, mate, like, I mean? 1 step forward, 5 steps back,
Absolutely.
Right? Mate, 100%. And what would you say, just coming to a close here, what would you say are the results you've seen so far?
Absolutely insane, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be able to get in this good shape. I'm 32 now, and I've never looked like this before. And you see a lot of younger people. Obviously, we had the event the other day, and even stepping up in front of people and talking's been a massive thing. And that comes from obviously signing up with yourself. I'd have never really done anything like that. Obviously, like we spoke about before, being a role model to my kids' football team as well. Them seeing me in the shape that I'm in, like, I can still I still play myself, but I can still train with them, and just having the energy and wanting to do it is a massive thing, because you know what it's like. If you've got no energy, you can't bother to do anything.
Mate, it's like the staple, right? Like, you know, that little bit of discipline comes from that energy. You know, when you're fucked, you think, oh, do you know what, that extra cookie
Yeah.
won't hurt, or oh, I've got steps to do, but I'm knackered. Like, having that energy is a staple to go, do you know what, I got my second win when I finish work, and I'm going to get myself down the gym, or I got my second win after, and now I feel like I can go just get a load of steps in. But George, honestly, mate, I'm genuinely really proud of you, because not only is your transformation being unstoppable just within physical, but mental. I know you're an absolute animal. You're fucking unstoppable. It's like I can put a brick wall and you'll just run head first through it. You're inspiring your family. Your father's going to the gym with you. Your son's going to the gym with you. Your story is so inspirational. And I just want to say from my end, thank you for allowing me to be a part of it, mate, because it's been more than a privilege and honor. But the fun thing is, the show doesn't stop here.
No,
So for those who are following George's journey and how much he's inspiring people, stay the fuck tuned, because we've got so much more potential to pull out of George, and I'm really excited for it. So George, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And let's keep crushing it.
Yep, absolutely.
Game on. Dude, that was fucking amazing.
Cheers, mate.
That was really, really enjoyable, mate. How'd you feel?
Yeah, brilliant, mate. I'm fucking buzzing.